Today we're going to do a little bit of fashion math, if you'll allow me. I'm going to be giving you some very chic equations when it comes to outfits, shopping, and editing your closet. We're also going to be discussing some fashion mantras that I truly believe you should live and dress by. I did some thinking during my morning walk. I get the best ideas, I don't know about you, but first thing in the morning when I'm walking my dog, bright and early before everyone's out, and it just clears my head. And I had this realization that I've developed kind of a formula that I abide by that's all about the rule of three. Threes, really. I apply threes to everything. 3 is my lucky number. So in today's episode of Have Some Style, I'm going to be teaching you what my personal philosophies are when it comes to the rule of threes. And I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It makes everything so much easier when you have a bit of a theory to fall back on and support your decisions. So this method I've developed, it can apply to your current closet, all future purchases, and styling yourself on the daily. And who doesn't want that? So ready to dive into today's topic? Because no matter how much or little you think you have, you too can have some style. Welcome, I'm Mosha Lundström Halbert. I'm a fashion journalist and style expert, and I believe that what you wear is self-care. This show, this channel, this podcast, wherever I'm coming to you from, is all about celebrating and cultivating your own personal style. So forget trends, lose the logos, burn the chinos, and break the damn rules. It's time to experiment and evolve, to wear the clothes and not the other way around. That is key. Another thing that's key to true style is authenticity, letting your personality shine through. So if that topic interests you, Ragnar, are you okay? Getting comfy in the pillows? This topic clearly interests Ragnar. Come get cozy, my love. Come get cozy. If you don't have the benefit of always having perfect eyeliner and a gorgeous fur coat like my Ragnar here, then you might find some of the advice that we're discussing extremely helpful. Because authenticity, dressing like your best self, is style. So if that sounds like it appeals to you, it would be so lovely of you if you would go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that I can organically grow it. And also, if you're listening to the podcast, please go ahead and follow, rate, review, all of the things. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below or leave them as a review. I review all of these. Your feedback really means a lot, and it's helping me kind of cultivate and curate and inspires what Have Some Style is becoming. Okay, so shall we dive into today's topic, the rule of fashion threes? So my first rule in the rule of threes is the closet audit. I want you to think of your closet like a store. I don't know if any of you have worked retail. I know I have. I worked in my mom's stores actually throughout high school. And we would have these inventory days. I can't imagine doing this if you worked in like a beauty store or a place that has tons of inventory, but just the process of auditing and realizing how much we had and then finding things that we didn't know were there was incredibly valuable. And we would do it, I think it was like every 6 weeks we would do an inventory. You don't need to do it that often for your closet, but I would say at least twice a year. I like to do this more like 4 or 5 times a year because I really believe that an edited closet makes it so much easier to see all your belongings and to get dressed. The way I like to approach auditing my closet is every item in there, I'm interrogating. I'm really questioning if it belongs, if it's worthy of being in my dream boutique that is meant to be my wardrobe, right? So I ask each item in my wardrobe if it meets 3 qualifications. I ask myself if it meets those 3 qualifications. Number 1, can I immediately think of 3 good things, good feelings, good emotions that this piece evokes in me and makes me feel? Does it make me feel cozy? Does it make me feel luxurious? Does it make me feel nurtured? Maybe that's a great knit that you want to keep. Does it make me feel slender? Does it make me feel sexy? Does it make me feel chic? Maybe that's a beautiful slip dress that you want to make sure you always have hanging in your wardrobe. Alternatively, there might be items in there where you look at it and you're like, not so sure. If it doesn't immediately come to you, it's probably not meant for you. It's probably not meant for your closet, and you might want to audit it out. I also want you to think about 3 uses for every piece in your wardrobe. 3 areas of your life of which this piece supports and is applicable. Okay? So if it's a jacket, you might think, okay, this is great because it actually has some water repellency. So if it does rain, I'm able to wear this. This is crease free. It doesn't really wrinkle. So it's so good to shove in my bag and take on trips. And number 3 is, I can really dress this piece up or down. I can wear it like during the day, but then out to dinner. This makes a lot of sense. I'm keeping this coat. That's an example. You want to ask yourself with every piece in your wardrobe, what are 3 uses for it? What are 3 things that make this piece worth hanging in your closet? And lastly, and this can be the hardest question to answer honestly to yourself, but it's very important. I want you to ask yourself, with literally every item in your wardrobe, would you buy this again? Would you spend your money on this thing right now? Because if the answer is no, unless it has extreme sentimental value to you, it no longer serves its purpose or belongs in your closet. And you might be much better off handing it down to a relative or a friend, donating it to a charity, or selling it if you can. 3 great options that you can use to carry this piece on into its next stage in life. Okay, now let's discuss shopping. The rule of 3 also applies whenever you are in a store, doing a little shopping online on your iPad with a glass of wine, which is one of my favorite things to do, sometimes in the bathtub. Just lovely activity, kind of doing a little bit of window shopping. But what I like to ask myself, and you can really do this when you're online shopping too, because you have a lot of the information right there for you, is what are 3 outfits that you can wear this piece with? If you can't immediately think of 3 combinations that you currently have in your wardrobe that you can put together with this piece and head out the door, it's not for you and it's not right. And it's going to just sit there in your wardrobe collecting dust. Clothes, accessories, shoes, jewelry, these things are meant to be worn. Otherwise, they're tchotchkes, right? So it's very important that if you're struggling to think, okay, oh my gosh, I love this bustier top, but like, what am I going to wear it with? Do I feel comfortable showing off my bust line like that? Do I have any occasions to wear that with? Does the hemline of it actually suit any bottoms that I own? Do I own any bottoms that will go with that? If all these questions are just left with a question mark rather, and there's no answers, it should be an immediate no. Immediately no. Immediately. But alternatively, like as soon as I was saying that bustier, my mind, because this is just how it works, I was like, oh, bustier, I'm putting it over a t-shirt and I'm wearing it with jeans. Oh, bustier, I'm putting it under a blazer and this kind of tuxedo pant I have, and I'm wearing that out to dinner. Oh, bustier, I actually think that would be really cool on top of this other kind of cotton dress that I have to give it a whole new look and shape. Okay, so immediately I thought of 3 outfits right off the top of my head. So maybe I need a bustier top. I don't think I have one, but you see what I mean? Like the combinations came quite effortlessly using pieces that I already have in my arsenal. That means that if the price is right, it's in your size, it's a yes. The other rule of 3 when it pertains to shopping is occasion. I personally like to think of 3 occasions that I can wear everything, just because it doesn't feel as much of a bang for my buck if I am buying something only to wear to one thing. Granted, every now and then there are these occasions or times in our life where there might be like a certain dress code or a certain climate that is irregular for you, and you have to get something that you're really only wearing kind of one and done, but we try to avoid that as much as possible. That's personally why I don't gravitate to or wear a lot of prints, because I find them to be so memorable, and it makes it harder for me to come up with 3 occasions that I'm going to be wearing this item. But to give you an example, I recently got a cotton poplin dress. I actually got 2 of these dresses. One was from Alexander McQueen and another was from Batsheva. And the reason that I was really drawn to these dresses, one is black and white and one is just a crisp white. They're both like a starchy cotton poplin. And for me, that allows so much versatility. I wore one of the dresses for the holidays. It was great. I will wear it again for a more daytime occasion with a flat. And then I know I will wear it for another like evening out occasion because it has that versatility. It's very easy to imagine it being worn in different circumstances. I immediately thought of 3 instances that I could rock that look. Same with the white Poplin McQueen dress I bought. I found it on serious sale. I'm going to do a future video showing you about how I dressed up in this special occasion for this dress. I had a very big moment that I'm going to be wearing it to. And so I wanted to make sure everything was just right. And I was willing to, invest and splurge in this killer, stunning feat of tailoring. But because it's cotton and it's a poplin and it's white, I know that I can wear this multiple seasons, multiple occasions, definitely not 3. I'm going to be wearing this dress for years and years to come because any way I accessorize it, it looks completely different. I'm always drawn towards pieces that have really strong shape, silhouette, beautiful material, but I feel like are very easy to put different spins on, be it with a belt, with different jewelry, different accessories, how you're wearing your hair, how the shoes that you choose. Suddenly it really changes the mood and the feeling of these pieces. And this dress was immediately me. The neckline, the waistline, it just works. And as you can see, I'm very excited about it because I'm already thinking about all the ways that I can wear it. That is a yes. That's how you know when you're shopping that you should get something. If this kind of feeling and inner dialogue isn't happening for you, I would say it might not be right. And you're welcome, because that tip will save you a lot of money on things that A, you're going to wear once, or B, you're not going to know how to wear. And lastly, as it pertains to shopping, ask yourself, will you still want to wear this in 3 years? If you see a photo of yourself in this look, in this item in 3 years, will you stand behind it? I mean, think about what you wore 3 years ago. You want to be constantly evolving your style, but you also want to stand by and look back on past outfits, past pieces, and feel like, yes, that still has my stamp of approval, because this is still a piece, an item, a look, an outfit that is a reflection of me. Sure, there might be tweaks. I might evolve my, silhouette with the times, but you want pieces that grow with you, that you could still see yourself wearing in 3 years. Oftentimes we'll wear things again and again, and they'll really become staples of our wardrobe when they are better quality, when they're a shape that really works for you and that you're really drawn to. And then if there's something about this piece that feels familiar and comfortable, but still new. And when I say comfortable, I don't mean just comfortable in the sense of like it's not tight or form-fitting. I really mean that you feel comfortable in it. It feels like you. If those questions are met with a yes, I believe that there's a very high probability that in 3 years, you're not going to be looking at it and thinking, it's really pity that I spent all this money on this thing that I haven't really worn. You're going to be still living and loving with that item, and it just gets better with age. And I've spoken about this before, but I really think a key pillar, a key tenet of great style is re-wearing things again and again in different ways. I think that shows confidence, elegance, class, and a real sense of style that transcends trends. I love that, transcends trends. That's what we all want to do, right? Transcend the trend. Be of the moment, but don't be a victim to the trend. Get something that's always you. You are the trend. Whatever suits you and makes you feel a certain way is the moment. Okay? Don't forget that. You know what? That actually applies to this blouse. I just realized this is a Jacquemus shirt that I recently got on sale, and I'm absolutely loving. I have a number of blue shirts. I remember my first really good blue shirt. Well, I started off with like a Brooks Brothers shirt, I think in my early 20s, that was really crisp. I got it from the little boys section. Brooks Brothers uses lovely materials in their shirts. The fits aren't always like super modern. They're very classic, but that's okay. But I just realized how much I love a crisp blue Oxford shirt. And then I remember when I was in Milan for Fashion Week once, I went to the 10 Corso Como, which is a very renowned multi-brand boutique in Milan. outlet that was just kind of on the outskirts of town. And I found a shirt there on super sale by Charvet, which is a very Tony, kind of old money, established shirt maker from France. And I found this perfect blue shirt that I have worn all the time and I still have. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab it for you right now. Hold on one sec. Okay, this is my Charvet shirt. It must be 7 or 8 years old, and look how good it still looks. I love to get it washed and pressed, not dry cleaned, but like the way a men's shirt is cleaned, washed and pressed with lots of starch. And it's just perfect. And it's such a good juxtaposition to kind of more avant-garde looks. I've worn this many times with a Sakai skirt that's all like half sheer and half kind of military material. And this is just a nice counterbalance to ground it all and not have it be like too cuckoo, make it still feel very neat. And then I, not too long ago, got this Anina Bing shirt in blue, which just had this beautiful fit. And I was like, well, because that one works on me so well and I love it and I don't want to just wear it out, I'm going to get another one. So I got to get that dry cleaned again. So I got this beautiful Anina Bing shirt that I wear all the time. I love it with shorts too when I do wear shorts because it just has a little bit more coverage. Really beautiful. She does it in a few other colors. So then when I was shopping on Net-a-Porter sale and I saw this Jacquemus, which is a French brand that I love, blue shirt that has this tuck in here. So it's like perma-tucked perfectly to reveal a bit of the midsection, and it's got a zipper here. It's just really clever. And the material looks like blue Oxford, but it's actually more of like a nylon material. So it's got that kind of starchiness and this asymmetrical collar. Like this is how I want these shirts to look, and it takes a lot of tying and twisting and finagling to get them just so. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, this belongs in my wardrobe because this is something that I already wear all the time. And this is an extension of it that's going to just give me more options. It's a yes. So that's my little shopping rant. As you can see, I think about these things a lot and I could talk about shopping a lot and making good purchases because that's what I try to do. Okay, lastly, let's discuss styling. This is going to potentially break your brain when I'm going to tell you. You're never going to be able to forget it. And it's going to make it a lot easier to figure out what to wear. Are you ready? It's the rule of thirds as it pertains to your body. So break up your body into thirds, no matter how you're getting dressed or no matter how you're looking at your body. A third, a third, a third. You want to always dress in a thirds. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. You never want to dress in halves. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're wearing a very high-waisted pant with a more abbreviated top. That is, you're breaking your body into thirds, right? So you have 1/3 on your top and 2/3 on your bottom. Chef's kiss, perfection. Another example of thirds is, let's say you have a longer blazer that covers your hips and then you have a slim trouser with it. So 2/3 are the blazer and the third is your bottoms. Does that make sense? Let's say you're wearing something full length. It could be a suit. It could be a gown. It could be a caftan, what have you. That is 3/3 covered head to toe. Chic. What we don't want to do, what can often confuse and sort of disrupt the eye, because our eyes love to see things in thirds, the way things are framed, the way things are placed. It's just a very pleasing composition. Halves, not so much. When you dress in halves, you're essentially breaking your body off in the middle. And usually that is your widest part for many people. So you're drawing attention to the widest part of your body. Do you hear how that might not be best serving you? You're not drawing the eyes up to your beautiful face. You're not drawing the eyes down to your stunning shoes. You're not drawing the eyes towards your wonderful jewelry, your sharp shoulder, what have you. You're kind of focusing. It's like when someone takes a photo, you ask someone to take a photo of you on the street with your cousin who's visiting in town, and they take a photo and it's like half floor and you guys look just all out of proportion and like really squat all of a sudden. No, same principle. You don't want to be dividing things in half. You want to be getting low, telling them, this is what I'll tell strangers. I'm like, do you mind getting very low to the ground, basically lying on the dirty floor in order for me to look longer in the photograph? Thank you so much. Don't be ashamed to do that, and don't be hesitant to dress in thirds. Do not break your body up right in half. Like a perfect combination of this, or perfect example of this would be if you're wearing like a blazer or a shirt or a top that just stops right below your waist, like right at the top of your hip, and then a pair of pants. And it's just like chop, chop. It suddenly makes your legs look shorter and your torso look longer. And neither of those proportions are particularly flattering or actually a reflection of how you really look. So it's not doing you any favors. And I think that it's something to really be avoided that a lot of us sort of fall into. Like I even find if I'm wearing loungewear around the house, more and more, like I will tuck my top kind of in and under and pull my pants a little higher just so that I'm not looking like a blob, essentially. When you dress in halves, you have way more of a chance of just being this kind of blob form as opposed to having a really strong silhouette and point of view with your ensemble. You can also apply the rule of threes to your color palette. Generally speaking, it can be a really solid approach to never have more than 3 colors in your outfit, okay? So right now I'm wearing black bottoms, a blue top, and then I have a black and white shoe that I'm going to throw on to run some errands after this, right? So those are my 3 colors. That is okay. But if you get into more colors, it can really break up your body and your look can lack kind of that cohesiveness. Now, I'm not saying you can't go like full on bold color blocking, play with color. I just think if you're going to do that, that's very audacious. You have to really go for it. Like don't wear 4 colors, wear 10. Alternatively, 3 or less. It's that middle ground where there's like 4 or 5, 6 that's very ho-hum and isn't going to do you any favors. And when I say 3 colors, I'm also talking about tone on tone on tone. I spoke about this in my last video that was all about breaking out of wardrobe ruts. So you can listen to that here and adopt some of those principles as well when it pertains to your palette. But as a rule of thumb, 3 colors max. Also, 3 strong accessories max. Now, I kind of count all my rings as sort of like one. It's like the ring statement. And then you might have, I've got my earrings. And then I don't even think these are very strong earrings, though they're kind of subtle. My necklace is definitely a statement. It's from this Brazilian designer actually called Gla Accessorios that I'd used on a shoot before when I was in Brazil. And I just love their pieces. It's very bold though, right? So I have the rings. I have the necklace, and then this shoe is quite a graphic punch. So those are your 3 statement pieces in your outfit. Nothing else is competing for attention. It's 3 points of focus, right? You have the focus maybe on your hands with your jewelry. You have the focus up on your collarbone with some more accessories, and then you have the focus on your shoes. The focus could also be on a fabulous belt, a beautiful hat, and a great boot. Do you see what I mean? We're not overdoing it with too many statement items. It's that famous Coco Chanel adage of taking one thing off before you leave the house. I'm just making it even simpler and more concrete. The rule of 3, 3 statement accessories or 3 statement kind of moments in each outfit max. Well, I hope you found that more interesting than Ragnar, who was just snoring very loudly. I wanted to thank you so much for tuning into this latest episode of Have Some Style. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, rate, review, ring the bell, subscribe, all the things. I'd be so grateful. And while you're here, be sure to check out my other videos that are all about honing and cultivating your personal style. Let's please keep this conversation going in the comments. Did what I say resonate with you? Did it irk you? Do you disagree? Do you have something that you'd like to add? Please let me know. And please be sure to follow along with me on Instagram at Mosha Lundström, on TikTok at Have Some Style, and also check out my family outerwear and homewares business All these pillows are by our company, Therma Kota, that I co-founded with my mother and my sister. We're a sustainable shearling and rainwear brand that's been featured in Vogue, Elle, Fortune, Women's Wear Daily, and everything is made in Canada with a lot of love from my family to you. So I'm linking everything down below for you to check that out. But until next time, don't forget to have some style.